Lord Noon and Mr. Mayor is here, so please welcome him.
Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon to everyone. As a protocol, usually the mayor sits in this chair, but I have slightly changed the tradition. If anyone is older than me, he is our chief guest. I usually invite him to come and sit in this chair. So this evening, Lord Noon is our chief guest, and all this arrangement has been done in his great honor. So I will invite him to take this seat.
It's a great venue. Very happy to Please. No, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Please be seated.
Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon. Thank you everybody for coming. Welcome to Lord Noon. To start the function, we are a little bit late, 1 hour late. So we just, because there was traffic and people were still coming, hopefully there is just a small program, so hopefully we'll finish early. To start the program, can I request Hafiz Tahir Muhammad Sahab to please come and recite the Quran, and he will also translate. Thank you.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم merciful. O mankind, reverence your guardian Lord who created you from a single person, created of like nature his mate, and from them twain scattered like seeds, countless men and women. Reverence Allah through whom you demand your mutual rights, and reverence the womb that bore you, for Allah watches over you. To orphans, restore their property, nor substitute your worthless things for their good ones, nor do not devour their substance with your own, for this is indeed a great sin. If you fear that you shall not be able to deal justly with the orphans, marry women of your choice, 2, 3, or 4. But if you fear that you shall not be able to deal justly with them, then only one, or a captive that your right hand possesses. That will be more suitable to prevent you from doing injustice. To those of weak understanding, do not make over your property, which Allah has made a means of support to you, but feed and clothe therewith, and speak to them words of kindness and justice.
Jazakallah, and thank you, Hafiz Tahir Muhammad Sahab. Good evening again. You have seen the formalities. We were downstairs for 3 minutes, and somebody said that in front of a photographer and a barber, it is more difficult time for any person anyway. So those formalities have been completed. Just 2 things. One is house rules. There are 2 exit doors from here. Ladies' toilet is on that side, and the men's toilet is on the other side. If in case there is a fire or something, I think somebody will lead us, and we will follow outside. In this very nice and very grandeur building, when you come, I think it's one of the most beautiful town halls in London at least, and you are welcome here. Indian Muslim Federation is based in this borough, so thank you, Mr. Mayor, for taking care of us in every way and giving us this opportunity to do that way. Waltham Palace is very much famous, has been William Morris Borough, who has been a very famous artist. I think he's also famous for the wallpapers, designing of the wallpapers. Alfred Hitchcock, who was the film director, famous film, he is. Graham Gooch, England captain cricketer, he was born here. And not lately, now David Beckham was in Leytonstone, where the Indian Muslim Federation is also based. So thank you. Welcome to the councillors, MPs and everybody. I would request Janab Shamsuddin Agha Sahab, our president, to come and welcome all the guests.
Mr. Bob, Mayor Councillor Masood Ahmed Sahib, मेरे तशरीफ ले लाई, इनके साहबजादे तशरीफ फरमा है। मैं आपका नाम भूलता हूँ, मैं अपना नाम भी भूल जाता हूँ। सुनेगा, मैं शुरू करने से पहले बता दूं कि ये फैक्ट है कि मैं सुबह सुबह शेव कर रहा होता हूँ, तो मैं आईने में नजर आने वाले आदमी से पूछता कि हुआ यूं, उससे बातें करने लगता हूँ। मेरा बेटा सुनता कि अब्बा किससे बातें कर रहे थे बाथरूम में, तो आके पूछता डैड इट्स यू, मैं कहता आई नो इट्स मी बट हू यू। तो ये होता रहता। इज्जत माब लॉर्ड नून साहिब, मोहतरमा लेडी नून, MP साहिबान, काउंसलर साहिबान, मुअज़्ज़िज़ ख़वातीन व हज़रात, अस्सलाम वालेकुम। मैं इंडियन मुस्लिम फेडरेशन UK की जानिब से आप सबका दिल की गहराइयों से इस्तकबाल करता हूँ, खुश आमदीद कहता हूँ। इंडियन मुस्लिम फेडरेशन पिछले 42 सालों से कम्युनिटी की खिदमत अंजाम दे रहा है। ये एक मुतदिल, मियाना रो और जमहूरी इदारा है। इसकी असर नौ ताबीर रिकंस्ट्रक्शन इंशाअल्लाह इस साल जुलाई में शुरू हो जाएगी। अब शेर सुनिए खादे बख्श साहब, हजारों साल नरगिस अपनी बेनूरी पे रोती है। बार मरतबा नरगिस को लोग नरगिस भी कहते हैं, एक ही बात। हजारों साल नरगिस अपनी बेनूरी पे रोती है, बड़ी मुश्किल से होता है चमन में दीदावर पैदा। आज हमारी तारीख का एक और सुनहरा बाब खुला है। हम सब यहाँ हमारे बही ख्वाह इंसान दोस्त मोहतरम लॉर्ड नून को खिराज अकीदत पेश करने जमा हुए। लॉर्ड नून से मेरी दोस्ती के किस्से सुनाओ तो सारी रात गुजर जाएगी। उस वक्त से है जब वो करीकी सर जी के नून और लॉर्ड नून के खिताबात से सरफराज नहीं हुए थे। आप सिर्फ नून भाई थे। नून भाई बॉम्बे वाला है। नून भाई बॉम्बे वाला से लॉर्ड नून लंदन वाला तक का सफर एक दिलचस्प नाकाबिले फरामोश सफर है। डॉक्टर जहरी साहब खालिद ने कहा था, दाम हर मौज में है हल्का इज्जत काम नहीं। जाने क्या गुजरे है खतरे पे बहुत। इट्स नॉट इजी। इसी गजल का मतलब था, आह को चाहिए उम्र असर हो जाता। दूसरा मिसरा मैं नहीं पढ़ता। यह जिगर के लिए अशार समाज फरमाइए जो लॉर्ड साहब को भी पसंद है। कभी अर्श पर, कभी फर्श पर, कभी तेरे दर, कभी दर बदर, गमे जिंदगी तेरा शुक्रिया, मैं कहां से गुजर गया। मैं लॉर्ड नून की मोहब्बत, हमदर्दी और मेहरबानियों के दर्जनों वाकया सुना सकता हूं, जहां उनका दस्ते शफकत बिला इम्तियाज मजहब व मिल्लत आगे बढ़ा है और उन्होंने इंसान दोस्ती की बेहतरीन मिसालें कायम की हैं। उनकी शख्सियत गुनागो खूबियों का एक मुरक्का है, मखज़न है, एक हसीन गुलदस्ता है। अल्लामा इकबाल की मशहूर नज़्म शाहीन के चंद अशार मैं पेश खिदमत करता हूं जो लॉर्ड साहब पर बिल्कुल सच उतरते हैं। बयाबा की खिलवत पसंद आई है मुझको, बयाबा जंगल, बयाबा की खिलवत पसंद आई है मुझको, अजल से है फितरत मेरी राहबाना, हुमा वो कबूतर का भूखा नहीं, नॉट यू हुमा, हुमा वो कबूतर का भूखा नहीं मैं, कि है जिंदगी बाज की राहबाना। लॉर्ड साहब आपको ये बहुत पसंद है और मैं समझता दिस इज व्हाट यू आर। झपटना, पलटना, पलट के झपटना, झपटना, पलटना, पलट के झपटना, लहू गर्म रखने का है ये बहाना। परिंदों की दुनिया का शाहीन हूं मैं, परिंदों की दुनिया का शाहीन हूं मैं, कि शाही बनाता नहीं आशा। मैं आपकी शुक्रिया, तालियां नहीं बन रही। अच्छा, मैं आप सबकी जानिब से लॉर्ड नून और लेडी नून को मुबारकबाद देता हूं कि उन्होंने इस पूरा शो दौर में, डिफिकल्ट टाइम्स में, एशियन कम्युनिटी का सर फख्र से बुलंद किया है। दुआ है कि आप सदा खुश रहें, तंदुरुस्त रहें और खुशियां बखेरते रहें। अभी वो सब पहुंचे नहीं लेकिन उनका जिक्र हो सकता है। इस मुबारक मौके पर सूत्रवाला फैमिली का जिक्र खैर किए बगैर नहीं रहा जा सकता। नून खानदान और सूत्रवाला खानदान लाजिम और मंजूर है, इंटरट्वाइन। इनकी सोच, इनकी सिफात मुश्तरक है। मोहब्बत, उखुवत, ईसार और कुर्बानी इनमें कूट कूट कर भरी हुई है। लॉर्ड नून की तरह आप भी इंडियन मुस्लिम फेडरेशन यूके के वही ख्वाह हैं। दूसरे करम फरमा भी नहीं आए, वो हैं जीन वेस्ट के मालिक मुख्तार जनाब जमीर हैदर साहब, रास्ते में। ये उनको कैसे बुलाया जा सकता है? अदब, सलीका, तमीज, करीना कोई आपसे सीखे। पैसा हर एक के पास आ जाता है, दौलत हर एक के पास आती है, अदब, तमीज और कल्चर सबके पास नहीं आ सकता। जो आप नून भाई में देख रहे हैं, ये इनके यहाँ पीढ़ियों से चला रहा है, पीढ़ियों से चला रहा है। इट्स नॉट जस्ट फर्स्ट टाइम रिच मैन। खैर, नून भाई के बरादर खुद जनाब अकबर भाई शिराजी, फखरू भाई नहीं है, सिराज भाई नहीं है, मंसूर भाई नहीं है, सीनत और अरून का भी फोन था कि वो बेचारे कहीं खोए हुए, लेकिन वो हमारी तरफ आ रहे हैं। शब्बीर भाई गुलशन, भाभी, नाज़नीन, असलम, जाहिद, रुखसाना, आप तमाम इतनी दूर से तशरीफ लाए और IMF को इज्जत बख्शी, इसे हम भूल नहीं सकते। मेयर साहब जनाब काउंसलर मसूद बरस बरस से IMF की ढाल बने रहे। He was always there in our difficult time. So was Councillor Terry. काउंसलर नाहिद असगर तशरीफ नहीं ला सकी है। काउंसलर मोहम्मद असगर और काउंसलर टेरी का मैंने जिक्र किया। हमारी न्यूयॉर्क ब्रांच के सभी कर्ताधर्ता, मां काउंसलर उमेश देसाई, काउंसलर मुकेश पटेल, काउंसलर रुस्तम तलाटी, काउंसलर फिरोजा निकीवाला, काउंसलर सलीम पटेल और न्यूयॉर्क ब्रांच के सदर जनाब अहमद निकीवाला बरस से IMF के पुरखलूस दोस्त जनाब सईद भाई भी यहां पर मौजूद हैं। कहां बैठे हैं? ये वो लोग हैं नून भाई हमेशा प्लान चेक देते हैं। नेक्स्ट टाइम जब देते तो मैं आपकी एडवांस लेता हूं। इज्जत महा स्टीवन टिम्स, अग्रवाल તમારું થેન્ક યુ મેં કહી દીધું હવે હવે તમે
અરે ભાઈ ત્યાં 2 કલાક લાગે છે આવવાનું
આવો અહીંયા પ્લીઝ પ્લીઝ કમ આ બંનેને લઈ આવો
સોરી વે લેટ બટ
ટ્રાફિક
ઓલ્સો ઇટ્સ
देर हुई पर आए तो आओ। थैंक यू। देर हुई पर आए तो वेलकम सीरत, प्लीज कम हियर। अरुण, सब घर के लोग हैं भाई। इधर शबाना कादिर इज वन ऑफ आवर Arun, please come. Let me just see. Let me see. Thank you. Now the house is complete. बहरहाल मैं कह रहा था, आप तमाम ने इतने दूर से तशरीफ लाकर हमारी इज्जत बढ़ाई है, हम उसको भूल नहीं सकते। देखिए हमारी दूसरी चट्टान आ रही है काउंसलर लियाकत अली। चलिए, थैंक यू। यू कैन ऑलवेज से दैट हियर, नो प्रॉब्लम। बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया नून भाई, लेडी नून, and the entire family who has traveled so long. I know you've been traveling for 4 hours. Thank you very much. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। सलाम।
Thank you, Agha sahab. For welcoming the guest. One thing I forgot about telling you that today's proceeding will be in 2 languages, and like Mr. Agha has spoke very well Urdu, I can speak a little bit, but I'm not going to be. there are Newham MP and East Ham MP and Newham. Last week there was a program which says that all the newspaper from non-English languages will be taken out from the library. I don't know if it is true or not. But in Waltham Forest and Redbridge you will carry on with 2 languages at least. So please bear with us, those who don't understand the Urdu, not the beautiful Urdu Agha Sahib speaks. Please forgive us, but we will continue with that. Now, my name is Irfan Mustafa. I am General Secretary of Indian Muslim Federation. I will take you through for just 45 minutes or 1 hour program, and then there will be dinner will be served, inshallah. So it will be not too much torture for you. The program is, as Agha Sahib has said, is to honor, or he has honored us to do a lot of things. Ghulam Noon. Yes, how you know that I need the name? There is a Google. You Google it, you can get it everything, where he was born, what date he was born, and what he likes, what he doesn't like, anything. So I'm not going to bore you from that. He is called Curry King from very long time back, and he got many awards from Asian and everything, MB in 1996, and we were very pleased to honor him at our hall that time. He got his knighthood in 2002, and now he got his this year's honors list as a Baron Noon of St. John's Wood in London Borough of Camden. So I'm very proud of that. The Indian community is making us, the whole community, very proud of that. So this program is dedicated to him. From the oldest, not oldest, I would say old Indian Muslim Federation member to the young Indian Muslim Federation, I would request Qudsiya Banu to come, and she wants to say a few words. Qudsiya, please.
Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, Lord and Lady Noon. I am extremely honoured to be speaking here today at this reception in the presence of a truly noble human being whose innumerable achievements and qualities never cease to inspire me. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate Lord Noon upon receiving his lordship, an honour well deserved by a commendable person. Whether you know him as Noon Pie, Noon Uncle, the Curry King, or as I always call him, Noon Nana, today I feel that it would be most appropriate to address him in the official way, that is, Lord Noon, to keep the spirit of today's reception true to its purpose. Surprisingly, my first memories of this exemplary man are of his interminably sharp, stylish fashion sense. From cutting-edge capes to classy cufflinks, Lord Noon's smart wardrobe forms the first thoughts that I can recall of him. And a special memory that I hold is, quite literally, every single item of Lord Noon's wardrobe is initialed with the letters G.K.N. It seems that, in general, Lord Noon's time is precious. My theory is that, to ensure his tight schedule runs smoothly, his initialed garments are a way of introducing himself to others in the least amount of time possible. I can imagine Lord Noon striding into a business meeting, taking one look at his clientele and pointing firmly at his shirt cuff. GKN, I don't have time to talk. Just read my handkerchief, or my tie, or maybe my socks. GKN, that's my name. I remember the days of those memorable High Commission Eid functions, speeches, culture, and in my view, the most delicious biryani you could ever dream of, courtesy of Noon products, of course. The annual High Commission Eid function was always a highlight of the year for me. Why? Was it because I had the opportunity to develop my public speaking skills? No. Was it because I had the opportunity to see how the High Commission was run? No. Was it because I had the opportunity to learn more about the origins of Eid? Partly. but Lord Noon's attendance would remain a point of optimism for me. Ever the philanthropist, Lord Noon would, without fail, always present me with EB. Now that I think about it, I should rather have put that EB towards my university tuition fund as opposed to spending it all on chocolate. Enterprise has always been an area in which Lord Noon has been a shining example to me. Whether it is excelling in finance or effectively developing a business, Lord Noon's successful ventures are countless. Upon receiving his knighthood, I can fondly remember, age 6, drawing a picture of Lord Noon in the form of what I believe to be a knight. Picture the scene. Lord Noon in a shining suit of armour, wearing an extravagant red plume on his helmet, saddled on a majestic horse, brandishing a victorious sword in the air. I was therefore rather surprised to see Lord Noon sporting his usual suit and tie when I saw him first after he received his new title. I can remember Lord Noon gliding in his Maserati, his mop of thick Dilip Kumar-style hair flowing in the London breeze, donning a pale suit which was the epitome of sophistication. I am sure Prince Charles would certainly have approved. For some strange reason, it is traditional in Asian culture for one's elders to pat one amicably on the head upon greeting them. The inventor of this custom perhaps did not take into account one slightly failing factor. What if the pati is taller than the patter? This seems to now be the case between Lord Noon and I. Lord Noon never fails to comment on my tendency to grow taller each year, and now I believe I have nearly grown tall enough to pat Lord Noon on the head myself. Yet, I'm not sure I will be able to reach if Lord Noon decides to don his lofty red plume. As I develop through my education, I am always open to new learning curves. One tends to find motivation and inspiration in each and every person, whether they inspire you to achieve or whether they simply inspire you to aspire for great things. Lord Noon has inspired me to achieve success through hard work and determination. I would like to thank him for encouraging me to pursue my ambitions, and I hope that, with his expert advice, I can live my ultimate dreams. Once again, I would like to congratulate Lord Noon upon receiving his lordship, and would like to thank everyone for allowing me this time to present my speech today on Lord Noon from a young person's point of view. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Councillor. This is the 21st century when the youngsters feel that they can pat the elders. So yes, it is a new era and new technology and other things coming in. So thank you, Councillor. So very beautiful words. Thank you. Of course, yes, it is always welcome anytime. Can I request now our executive member, Agha, to read some passages by Lord Noon.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm just going to read a short passage which has been given to me literally just a few moments before, so it may need editing, but I'm afraid my skills aren't as good as doing that on the spot. So I'm reading something out which may not quite fit the occasion today. Nevertheless, here goes. My lords, I am delighted to follow the excellent maiden speech of the noble Lord, Lord Noon, and hope that we will indeed hear from him very often in your lordship's house. His services to the British food industry have been enormous, and I imagine that quite a number of us in the Palace of Westminster have taken advantage of the ready meals produced by Noon Products Limited, especially after late sittings. I am sure that he has fed many of us already with his products. Now he is feeding us with his words. The company that he founded in 1989 has become a tremendously substantial employer, and he is known for the quality of his employment practices. We pay tribute to him. We have, of course, heard why the noble lord is so well qualified to speak on this subject today, since he knew what it was to fear for his personal safety when trapped in the Taj Mahal Palace Hotel in Mumbai during those ghastly terrorist attacks. His powerful denunciation of extremists within his own Muslim community, which he has gently repeated here today, is matched by his many positive community engagements. I understand that his company collaborates with the Prince's Trust in setting up in-school clubs for 14 to 16-year-olds at risk of truancy, exclusion and underachievement, causes of so much of the antisocial behaviour that concerns us in this debate. In addition, he is Vice Chair of the Maimonidized Foundation, which focuses on promoting Jewish-Muslim relations. All this illustrates why we hope to hear much more from him in future. It has been wonderful to have two marvellous maiden speeches in the same debate.
Thank you, Huma. I understand that was from the House of Lords, extracts from the... we have quite a few apologies. The Waltham Forest MP, Johnny Cryer, has a prior commitment, a personal commitment, and he has sent apologies for that, and he would like to come to Indian Muslim Federation and certainly to meet Lord Noon somewhere. We have apologies from Lynn Brown MP, West Ham also. She can't make it, she is busy somewhere. Dr. Stella Chrissy, who is the Waltham John Cryer is MP for the Leytonstone and Wanstead. And Dr. Stella Chrissy, who is the MP for Walthamstow, she is delayed. She may join, she is somewhere else in action, but she said she will be coming, hopefully, here soon. So these are the messages coming from. A lot of councillors also send me who can make it, can't make it. So thank you very much. Now I will request one of the friends of Indian Muslim Federation who has been very active in the community, and he also in local community has really good things through. He's a friend of our president also, but he's a friend of Indian Muslim Federation in Newham branch and also I'm talking about Right Honourable Stephen Timms MP, and I would request to say that he would say a few words.
Well, Mr. Mayor, Assalamu alaikum. I'm delighted to be here and very pleased to see such a distinguished gathering, many councillors from Newham and Hackney and former councillors from Hackney as well as from Waltham Forest. And I'm very grateful to the Indian Muslim Federation for giving us this opportunity to pay tribute to Lord Noon, to welcome his appointment to the House of Lords earlier this year and to reflect on his achievements and the contributions that he's made to our economy and to our society. And I think all of us would have very much enjoyed the tribute that Councillor paid a few minutes ago. There's absolutely no doubt that Lord Noon's contribution has been enormous. A very large number of people in the UK owe their livelihoods to his work, to his entrepreneurial commitment and skills. He published a book a few years ago, autobiography, which I think, if I remember right, was called The Noon with a View, telling us all the story. It's well worth a read. I enjoyed reading it. The story of how he came to the UK from India, started up very modestly initially, and his efforts transformed the business that he founded into the very large and successful company that it is now, feeding a very large number of people, not just members of the House of Lords, but very large numbers of people around the UK. And of course it has been a very striking feature of the life and work of Ghulam Noon that he's always built his life on his faith. Now, a lot of people today are rather dismissive of faith, or take the view that faith is something that belongs to the past. I think there's absolutely no doubt that in modern Britain that view is wrong and incorrect, and that actually in our contemporary society, we owe an enormous amount to the values in particular and the contributions that are made to our life from a starting point of faith. What's so important, I think, about that is the values that are derived from faith, the values of responsibility, persistence, compassion, patience, solidarity, truthfulness, all of them values that we very, very much need in our modern life, and that we can draw on and do draw on from the contributions of people who are committed to leading their lives on the basis of their faith. And Ghulam Noon has, without question, been one of those, and a very distinguished one as well. We heard a few moments ago from the speaker who followed Lord Noon when he made his maiden speech in the House of Lords on Thursday of this week, and a very warm tribute from the bishop who was speaking next. Let me just read a few words from what Lord Noon himself said in his maiden speech just before that on Thursday. He said this: "Let me say here what I believe Islam stands for. My beloved mother, Bilquis, instilled in me the Islamic values of peace and tolerance. I grew up in a household in India where we were on very friendly terms with people of other communities. Our neighbours were non-Muslim. The community was fully integrated, and it seemed to us the natural way to live. It was a cosmopolitan society." And then he goes on: "We all have a moral obligation to fulfil our duties as citizens. We must live with honour. The freedoms we enjoy in the UK, including the freedom of religious belief and practice, are given freely. However, with freedom comes responsibility. It is our responsibility to be active, to take part, and to do what we can to make all our lives better." Those Islamic values he spoke about of peace and tolerance, those are values that we can see in his life, and values that we need to draw on in our society, in our national life, as we deal with the challenges that all our communities face and will continue to face in the period ahead. Lord Noon's personal contribution has been an enormous one, but I think as well he provides a role model for many, many others, for younger people looking to how they're going to lead their lives and the contribution that they're going to be making in the years ahead. And we can look forward to many young people being inspired by the example they've seen in the life and career and contribution of Ghulam Noon. Let me just say one other thing, and really in saying this, say it to Ghulam Noon on behalf perhaps of all of us, because on the whole, in this meeting we're drawn from East London. This is a beautiful town hall, as we've been reminded, and we want to thank the Mayor for his hospitality to us all this afternoon and making this very fine council chamber available to us. We all know we're going through a difficult time in Britain at the moment, and we're going to see some very painful government cuts over the next few years. There's no doubt about that, and I think all of us will be affected. And yet, at the same time, here in East London, we've got some opportunities ahead and a great deal to look forward to. Above all, of course, around the Olympic Games coming to this part of London in just over a year's time. It's a unique opportunity, perhaps a once-in-100 years opportunity for all of us in East London to build better opportunities for the years ahead than those who've grown up in East London in years past have had. I think there is a great deal for us to be optimistic about, and it's certainly true that we are, in this part of London, going to be the centre of the world's attention over the next year and more than a year, as we lead up to the Olympic Games and in the aftermath as well. And I think that people from around the world, when they look at what's happening in this community in East London, will have a great deal to be impressed by. And I welcome the contribution being made to our community by the Indian Muslim Federation. I think it's a very impressive contribution. and the kind of contribution that we need much more of. But people looking at East London will see events like this one, will see organisations like the Indian Muslim Federation and many others contributing to the life of our community, in this case and in other cases as well, making that contribution from a starting point of faith. And yet seeing as well, yes, distinctive faith communities, but a single community. And I think in that sense we have a great deal to be proud of in this part of London, and a lot to show to people coming from other parts of the world when they do come next year, about how people from literally every different part of the world, whose home is now here in East London, can live together in a single community where everybody feels at home. And Lord Noon spoke about, in his maiden speech I read earlier, he spoke about the community that he grew up in, one that was fully integrated, a cosmopolitan society. That's the kind of society that all of us are proud to live in as well, and where I think that we've got a lot to show the world. And I think in fact it's one of the reasons why the Olympic Games are coming here next year, because the International Olympic Committee, when it met in Singapore in 2005, had at the presentations a group of youngsters from this part of London whose roots were in literally every different part of the world, but all of them, young people, clearly proud to be representing their home city, London, and very clearly part of one community as well. So we've got a lot to look forward to. There are going to be a lot of changes as we run up to the Olympics, a lot of new opportunities coming into the area, and I do think that that's going to enable us to hold out better prospects for young people in the years ahead. That's something we can look forward to, and I also think we are going to see, I hope that Lord Noon will be able to speak to his colleagues in the House of Lords about this, I think we are also seeing the centre, the economic centre of London moving east, moving out in our direction, for the benefit of our community and for all of us. So I hope we can all work together over the period ahead to make the most of the opportunities that presents to us. So I'm very grateful to the Indian Muslim Federation for this opportunity to honour Lord Noon, to pay tributes which are unquestionably his due. We all admire what he's achieved and are very grateful for what he's achieved, what he's contributed to our city and to our nation. And I hope that many of us will want to learn from that example and, like him, contribute to making our society in the future the kind of society that all of us want it to be. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Right Honourable Stephen Timms MP, and he has picked up very good points on the message to East Londoners. We are really proud that Newham, Waltham Palace, Hackney, all those boroughs are post boroughs, and we are looking forward in a year's time. I don't want to advertise, but I am a game maker. As a volunteer, I have given my time and I am saving my annual leave, and hopefully I will be a volunteer there. So please, the local communities, they deserve that, and they should look forward these opportunities to do that. Almost we are there. I don't know if Dr. Stella is not here at the moment. Now I request the chief host, how can you give the name, our chief guest, the Mayor of Waltham Palace, Councillor Masood Ahmed to say a few words to us. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Lord Noon, Lady Noon, Member of Parliament, Right Honourable Stephen Timms, Shamsuddin Agha Sahab, Mustafa, distinguished guests, councillors, former mayor, former councillors, community members, Assalamu alaikum, and good evening to you all. It's a great honor and privilege for me to host this event in the honor of Lord Noon, which unquestionably the success he has achieved, I think I will say in one word, we are proud of him. It's very important for our ethnic minorities that they first migrated here into this country, then they sorted out their domestic things, then they started in business life, made brilliant achievements, brilliant successes, and then reached to the place which we call it the most prestigious, highest office in Great Britain. So, with this way, it's not a very easy journey. It's a long and hard journey, which Lord Noon has made it. And Lord Noon, I will say here that people of Waltham Forest, as a mayor of Waltham Forest and as a first citizen of the borough, I pay big tribute to you. Although you don't live in East London, but the people of East London salute you for your hard work, dedication, and eventually big successes. And that's why we are all gathered here. You can see people from different walks of life, different backgrounds, they are all here to say, God bless you, you have made your journey and you carry on your services to the community. And I also congratulate you and your family, because with the support of your family you have reached to this highest office. And I congratulate your maiden speech as well, which is brilliant. And with these words, I will say that we are here to support you, and we look forward to getting back what you can make your contributions in the House of Lords, which is very, very important. And I fully endorse what the previous speakers have already said here, because I can't find words to express, that when somebody from our community gets to that highest level, we're really proud that we are, it's like we are ourselves going there on that place. So this is like an addition to the House of Lords, and I'm sure one day you will bring back the benefits of these additions into the community. So not very long to say, but because the food is also waiting for us. And finally I will say, Lord Noon, it's a great pleasure for me to host this event, and many, many congratulations to you, your wife, Lady Noon, and your family. And God bless you all and achieve more successes. Thank you very much indeed. Also, I say that thank you each and everyone here for coming to this beautiful council chamber of Waltham Forest. I'm very pleased and I'm very honored. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And Mr. Mayor is very right that food is waiting, so we will not take long to go there and eat. Somebody has cooked very patiently for us. But a few formalities before we go there, and I will request Lord Noon to say a few words. I don't know how many people know that Lord Noon loved cricket. I think he's still playing, he used to play just few years. He had the team, even Protects team, and he still plays. I'm not going to ask a question to him that he supports India or England, because we know which team we support, which team my son supports, and of course we have Tendulkar nobody has that, okay? And we have 2 World Cups, which England doesn't have that. So please welcome Lord Noon.
Worshipful Mayor, very kind of you to invite me and my family and my friends here. Stephen, my friend Stephen Timms, Agha, Stefan Bhai, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, and of course Lady Noon. First thing first, Stefan Bhai mentioned about cricket. Whom do I support? I will get clear that air first. I get a lot of flags from there, and probably going back also I will get it. When India is playing with England, I always, honestly, I tell you, I support England. England is playing with, India is playing with anyone, I support it. That clears there. The second thing is, my granddaughter has mentioned something about accused me about my initials. Yes, I know why I do this, because I don't want to get lost. So I'm very happy today that you have called me to this magnificent building. I think the approach of this building is better than Buckingham Palace, because Buckingham Palace does not have this beautiful, waterfall which you have created outside. And I think inside also, it's a magnificent sort of a structure. And so I'm sure it's not only one of the best council building in England. Coming back to integration, I was watching those names there. Out of 15 names, 6 are actually from our community. So that I don't have to go very far to say how much we have integrated and how much we have respected. Because the 6 are from our own Southeast Asian country, of the 15 names. So we are integrated. It will take some time more because the evolution has started in our Asian community also, whether it's Hindu or Muslim or whichever. That today our children, Russia is one of the product of that, it's an example of that people who have come here, they initially work hard in the factories, in the shops, and now the children are going to universities. And I do remember in 60s, late 60s and 70s and 80s, when I started coming here, I used to see our gents and ladies, they used to work at the airport, cleaning, they were doing nothing but cleaning jobs. We all have seen it. Today I'm very proud to say, I see them on the immigration counter, I see them right from the Downing Street to everywhere. You go to any offices, British offices. Today, see the city, which is a financial, sort of a financial hub. The top jobs are occupied by Asians. And that is Pakistan, that is India. It is true. So we have arrived. We have arrived quintessentially, now we are British. That doesn't mean that we have to completely overlook our country of origin. For example, I go practically every 3 months to India. Can I have a glass of water, please? Thank you. I have often said that this is a great country. Not because I made few bobs here or I reached the House of Lords, but generally I have seen that it is a great country. We all have progressed here and created a fortune for our family, and created wealth for this country, created employment for this country. And that is our contribution. And so even Prophet Muhammad, he said that wherever you live, whichever country you live, you should be loyal to that country. And therefore, if you don't, then you are not sort of, you are not hearing him, you are not honoring him. So we have to be loyal to this country, and I'm sure people who sit here understand that. There are some people who are actually creating a problem, because one apple always rots the entire basket. So we have problem in our community. We know that, we have to address that, but each one of us, if each Muslim, particularly this is our problem, our community problem, each Muslim can sort of take the case and say that no, I think we ought to really change the mindset of people who are not in this bracket. We will achieve our job. We've got to really do that. Everything government cannot do. If you leave it's a government, it's a problem, not my problem, not true. It is our problem, our community's problem. Because something happens, we are actually we all only come in a bad light, and we should avoid that. So my contention is that I'm extremely grateful to you people, particularly to Muslim Foundation, the Federation, that they always have given me a lot of respect, because whenever I have achieved something, they organize a function for me. So this is not the first time I'm coming to this function. I'm grateful to them that they have organized this function, and of course my entire family is here. My wife Mohini, of course, is here. My daughter Zina, my son-in-law, my nephews and nieces, all this lot has come from different places. Yes, unfortunately my younger daughter has not been able to come. My brother Akbar is here. So I'm happy that I am speaking in front of them, because I mean some of them came to the House of Lords. My colleague Shabir, he calls me that I'm his father, but he doesn't listen to me. And of course his wife Gulshan is there, so Shabir and all. Unfortunately I could not invite everybody to the House of Lords for my maiden speech. Now the maiden speech is I'm told, it's a very important speech. Maybe Stephen will agree with me, that when you do your maiden speech, at that point of time, people who are in the House of Lords watching you, and most of them are sitting in their offices, in the House of Lords offices, and they are watching on television. And I'm very happy to say, and I'm very proud to say, that they all came down and congratulated me. So I must have spoken well. But the important thing is, after you speak as a Lord, when you have your maiden speech, then people who support you, and I've got 4 or 5 people supported, and one Lord Bishop, when he spoke, I don't know him. I've never seen him. So when he was out of the chamber, I asked him, where did you get the information about me? You know, I read about you, and I went to the internet, and I found everything who you are, and I was impressed. Because it is very important. You may say anything you like, but following speeches, after you have spoken, people who speak is very important. That's how you are. That is your acid test of your speech. And I'm happy that about 4 speeches. Even the minister also spoke a few words about it, which was very good, because I've seen maiden speeches of many other people, how the reaction is. Unless I'm talking about myself, not others. So, but it was very good, and I'm very pleased that it went out very well. Because that is the time you are, what is your mental makeup? What is your metal? What are you built? What is your integrity and commitment to this country? That is measured in your maiden speech. When the maiden speech was suddenly actually given, they gave me a date for last Thursday, 12th, just about a week before. I mean, some people say, oh, it's very difficult. Some people say it's very overpowering, intimidating. But I tell you one thing. I went there, I spoke, and I felt as if I'm speaking to you guys now. I had no problem at all, because I was so very much welcome in the House of Lords. When the first time when I was introduced by Margaret J, the Baroness Margaret J and Lord Sainsbury, David Sainsbury, at that point of time also, after my introduction, people who came and shook hands with me, believe me, it was something amazing to me. That so many people knew me and respected me. It is the measure of this country. This country is great. And I'll tell you one example financially. When I sold one of my companies and got a substantial amount, my tax advisors told me that, oh, you are non-domiciled. You can take all your wealth away, live in Monte Carlo, go to Bombay, go to France, you don't pay a penny. I did not ask my brother or my daughters or my wife what I should do. Spontaneously, I said, whatever is the tax, just pay it and done with it, because this is my country. And subsequently, I changed my status from non-domicile to domicile. That means on domicile you pay on the world income. I know that, whatever money I got from the first thing I put in foundation first, Noon Foundation, so I can give an advantage to disadvantaged people, which I'm very glad that we did that. Subsequently, the cash for honors came. You will remember very well, people will remember very well. So I paid to the Labour Party. Third thing is, the balance I paid to the lawyers. And I have nothing now. But anyway, at last, despite the fact that all the controversy and other things, I arrived. I came with nothing. I came with nothing, practically nothing from India. Started my business with great the support of Sutawala family. Subsequently, I started Noon Products. I'm still a founder of Noon Products with the help of my brother Ahmed and my daughter Zina, of course. And on the way to Buckingham Palace, on the way to House of Lords, I picked up MBE and picked up the knighthood and reached House of Lords. I don't know where to reach now. I'm very happy. I want to make friends now. And whatever life is left, I certainly want to think that I put in all my effort to make sure that I contribute further to this community, this nation. Thank you.
Thank you, Lord Noon. Very kind words. From Rajasthan to Bombay or Mumbai to London, and in between for a while in America. But he has arrived, he has said, and we have all arrived. And his message is always, either he function anywhere, he always give that message that you should be where you live. And one thing I want to say, the speakers have missed out, that there is people from Epping also and Redbridge also. We have a councillor, Councillor Richard Hoskins, and Mrs. Maureen Hoskins, who had been mayors also at Redbridge. So welcome, Mr. Maureen. And from Epping Forest also, Councillor, there are people here. So welcome to them. I don't want to pick up somebody who has missed it out. There are some formalities, okay. I think Mr. Mayor will present to official presentation to Lord Noon, and after that there are some bouquets presentation from Indian Muslim Federation to the chief guest. Can I ask some volunteers to bring the bouquets here?
I've got this shield to present to Lord Noon and Lady Noon. And that's in recognition of our community's love and affection for Lord Noon's achievements. Right, I've got another one. This is very, very important. The Indian Muslim Federation has been serving the community for the last 40 years. It's not an easy task. They have built up their momentum, starting from Waltham Forest, penetrating into Newham, and God knows where else they will go. But that's their contribution to the community. So I've got this certificate to give them to honor this one. And please give a big round of applause. With these words I will say thank you very much everyone and keep up your good work. Congratulations to everybody in IMF, not World Bank. We know it's a monetary part, but Indian Muslim Federation based in Waltham Forest. Brilliant work done, and Lord Noon, thank you very much as well.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for this honor to Indian Muslim Federation. We had a joke about IMF, but you know the head of the IMF is in trouble at the moment in New York. So we don't want to repeat those jokes. Thank you. There are some formalities. Can I request to the chair of Newham branch to present a to the Lord Noon. Please. Can I request Mr. Shamsuddin Agha to give it to Mr. Mayor? Can I request Councillor Sareem Patel to give it to Right Honourable Stephen Sentry? Can I request our Vice President, Mr. Dr. Mirza, to give it to Cabinet Member of the Newham, Mr. Unmesh Desai. Councillor Unmesh Desai. Some more. Can I request a bouquet? Our Executive Member, Agha, will present to Lady Noon. Can I request our Executive Member, Mr. Mumtaz Aziz, to present a bouquet to the Sunaira Ahmed, who is the, what do you call it, mayor, representing mayors. Where is the bouquet, please? There. Again, Agha to present to a bouquet to Mrs. Zinat Harnal. Zinat Harnal. Mrs. Aziz, our executive member, where is she gone? Okay. Mr. Aziz? Okay. Putsia, you can give it to Mrs. Gulshan Kanchwala. give it to Mrs. Rukhsana Abbas. Okay, is Mrs. Aziz there or somewhere? Gone. I don't know, Chief will be there somewhere. Can I request Putia again to go do it to Nazleen Hatmi? Nazleen, sorry. It should have been Urdu. Another Putia, stay here. Give it to Nilu Razia Kudus. Nahi hai? Okay. Huh? One. Okay, sorry. Putia, please. To Samina. You can carry on? Okay. You? Okay. Another bouquet to go to Mrs. Server, who is the governor server. Can I request again to Qudsiya to give it to our Waltham Forest councillors, Councillor Shabana Qadir. The next one goes to one of the youngest councillor of England, from Newham, Councillor Firoza Nekiwala. Thank you, Qudsiya, but carry on because Mrs. Aziz has gone somewhere. So. And I don't want to disturb my wife, which is sitting in the middle. So, Qudsiya, can I request to one of the, this is my privilege as a secretary, I'm taking it, to give it to Mrs. Maureen Hoskins, who is an ex-mayor of Redbridge and our old friend. I have requested to some people to carry for their wives, because their wives are not. And I would request Qudsiya to give it to Papru Bhai Sutalwala. To take it, Mrs. Either you bring the Mrs. or you take the flowers. You didn't have choice, so. Next one goes to Siraj Bhai. Here. Qudsiya here. last one to our friend, and I'm really always getting his kind words from me, and he's really very good to me and IMF and everybody, and Akbar Shirazi Bhai. Thank you for being patient with us and listening everything. Those who have come late, you might have missed few things, but still there is a chance to meet everybody and talk to them. Indian Muslim Federation is an open organization. We have very proudly a NGO status from United Nations. We work hard here and there, and thank to our president and all the trustees and members and those who support us. Please come when we get the invitations. Those who want to join us, please write to us and please join us and keep it together. Thank you very much for coming. Food is served in the side hall. Let the guests go first, please. And members can stay or take them and then enjoy the food. Thank you. Sorry. Last thing, before we go, I will request our Vice President, Mr. Akhtar Mirza, to thank you for the guests and all the members.
Respected guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. It is indeed a great honor for the local community that one of the silent supporters of IMF has been elevated to the House of Lords. Apart from being a professional businessman, Lord Noon is a very modest and humble person, as you must have already noticed it. And he has been a source of inspiration and strength to the ethnic community in particular. We make dua that Allah Ta'ala give Lord Noon the strength and the courage to fulfill and shoulder the onerous responsibility and the challenges that lie ahead of him. May Allah Ta'ala remove the obstacles and difficulties that might come in the way. I would also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge and thank another staunch supporter and family member of IMF, Suttarwala and family. They have been throughout thick and thin with us. Equally, I would like to thank Mayor of Walthamstow, Councillor Masood Ahmed, for his local hospitality and throughout being a support to us and arranging for the children. I would also like to thank a list of people, but initially I would like to thank Stephen Thames, MP, for coming over here and making this opportunity and giving us gracing the occasion and honoring us with his presence. Equally, there are a list of councillors from Borough of Newham, Redbridge, Epping, Walthamstow, and I'm equally thankful to everybody, including councillors and MPs and all of you for finding out time and gracing this occasion and helping us to organize this event. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this completes our proceedings and we will go to the rest of the dinner.